Hello, friends. How are you? This is Deborah from Debra's Journey. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing my March budget overview, what I spent for the month. Did I stay on budget or did I go well over? And I also will share the changes that were made to my budget for the month of March. If you are new to my channel, over here, I am in the process of paying off a $50,000 student loan debt, and I'm getting close to the finish line. I also budget and cash stuff. So if this is content that you like, consider joining the family. And I want to thank all my returning friends for coming back for my March overview. All right, so for the month of March, it was an interesting month. It was actually a high income month for me. I budgeted $8,350. That was my budget. I did also receive some additional money. Now, I was going to get a refund on a insurance product. I thought I was going to get it in February. It didn't happen. And so for March, I didn't want to budget it because I wanted to make sure I was going to receive the money. Well, I did receive it in March, so I added an extra $2,733 to my budget. So my new budgeted amount for March is $11,083. That is what I am going to be budgeting for the month. And I'm excited to tell you where most of the money went. Okay, so for housing and utilities, that was $1,825, and it was right on the money. For giving, I don't share that amount. I just leave it on the budget as a line item. For insurance, I budgeted $126, and it ended up being $125.94. I usually, when I do my budget, I don't include the pennies. I usually round up. So it may be a few cents here and there off, but for the most part, it's going to sort of balance out for the same. Okay, for life insurance, I budgeted $65. Oh, Spectrum, sorry. Spectrum Internet budgeted $75. It was $74.99. For life insurance, I budgeted $65 and it ended up being $64.60, a little under, but next month it's going to be a little more. DirecTV was $80. That's my TV service, and it was $79.99. Xbox is a subscription service. It's $7.99. My son just gives me the money and it's on my credit card. So that was $7.99. Sirius XM, my radio service in my car, $8.50 is what came out of my account. Apple Storage, $2.99. Apple Care, $11.50. My Google memberships, $12. And then my son, his cell phone, I budgeted $55. That is what I put on the card. He also pays me for his phone. And then my cell phones, I budgeted $144, and $143.91 is the total for that. So those are my fixed expenses. I budgeted $2,412.99. I spent $2,412.41. So can you believe I was only 58 cents under? I was actually under. So that is pretty good. I'm happy that I was very accurate, and usually you are on fixed expenses because the amounts don't change that much. So let's move to the next category, variable. Okay, so for groceries, I budgeted $500. I spent $648. I was over by $148.23. And in previous videos, I've shared that my father stays with me half of the month. And so my grocery budget has gone up. And so I'm in the process of adjusting that. So I think for next month, I'll have a better idea and be a little more accurate on my budget. But for the time being, yes, I was over by quite a bit. Personal money, I budgeted 125. I gave myself 125. Gas, I budgeted 425, and I spent 422.27. So I was under by $2.73. Now our gas is going up, so that may be a little different for April because we're paying well over $5 a gallon. I don't even want to talk about it. I just, when food prices go up, gas prices go up. It just seems like those two go hand in hand. Okay, medical expenses, I budgeted 30. However, I didn't get the bill. It's a copay. They were supposed to send me a bill. I haven't received it yet. So I just left it at 0. And maybe next month they'll send it. We'll see. Fast Track is the freeway service, budgeted 40, but I only put $20 in that account. Birthdays, I had a birthday this month. However, the birthday celebration was postponed, and that will be in the month of April. So I just roll over that money so it'll be available for next month. And so that one is 0. For grooming, same thing. I budgeted 85 with the intent to do a grooming for my dog. However, we did have some bad weather in March, and so the weekend he was scheduled, we as me and the groomer decided to change the date to the next week. So that's what we did. So his grooming happened the first week in April. So that money was rolled over. All right, I had some yard work done because there were quite a few weeds. I went ahead and paid a little more to the person who came and trimmed the bushes and whatnot. So I budgeted 100 and I actually spent $110 on that. I had a gift away in the month of March. I budgeted 50. I actually spent $75 for that. And then for eating out. So I budgeted 150 and I actually spent $201.35. So what this tells me is that I need to increase the eating out budget. I'm still not budgeting enough for eating out. But guys, look, the buffer, I budgeted 200 and I actually only spent 153. So I'm going to switch those around. I'm going to lower the buffer. I'm going to increase the eating out budget. And because those two kind of work their way out. And let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, guys, so let me share what the buffer was. And this is also a combination of the eating out budget. So I spent $15.90 on postage. I went to Dollar Tree 2 times. The first time it was $22.88, second time $18.75. I went to Porto's Bakery, $17.60. Starbucks, $8.70. Of service I had to get, that was $23.89. Crumble is a cookie service. I had tried it for the first time. They were pretty good, but I don't know if they were worth $25 for 6 cookies. So, and they were very sweet. But I wanted to try them, so I spent a little more on that. Target, I just got general supplies. That was $52.53. Fish Grill, $44.38 was a Sunday dinner. Starbucks, that's a combination of coffee and gift cards. So that's $22.65. Copperlinks is $32.99. It's a drive-up food service. Starbucks, $8.70. Hanes is a chicken, like chicken nuggets or chicken strips. That's what they sell. That's $11.09. In-N-Out burgers, $19.79. And then El Pollo Loco chicken was $30.45. So I spent, with my buffer and my eating out, $355.30. So that is where the funds went, guys. And for the most part, I know that I have to eat out. I know that I'm going to. So I'm just definitely going to adjust that. All in all, I budgeted $1,805 for my variable, and I spent $1,755.80. I was under, guys, by $49.20. So I am happy with that. I will definitely take that. I know I was under because I had to roll over some of the money, and because it was not in the March budget, I'm going to take that as a win. Okay, let's move on to debt. So my Discover card, I budgeted $200. I actually put $500 on that credit card. Sam's Club, I budgeted $200. I actually put $1,125 on that credit card. Wells Fargo, I budgeted $50. I put $160 on the card. My car payment was $550. My student loan, I budgeted $1,000. I put $1,452.79 towards my payment for the month of March. My personal loan was $302.30. That's what I spent. So guys, grand total, please. So for debt, I budgeted $2,302, and I actually put $4,090.09 towards my debt for March. Wow, I think this is probably the first month I have hit 4,000 on my debt. I know that this is incredible, and it shows that I used the majority of that extra money for debt payments. So I was over by $1,787.79. So I am so proud of myself that I used a lot of that extra money to go towards debt. Okay, investments. For Vanguard, I budgeted $75. I invested $50. SoFi budgeted $25, and $65 was invested. Fidelity, $25, $50 was invested. M1, $100. My Roth was $200, and that's what was invested. So total investments, $425 is what I budgeted, but $465 is what I actually contributed to my investments. And so I was over by $40. Savings accounts, I budgeted $300. I actually put $500 in savings. My challenges, I budgeted $400. I put $800 in my challenges. My envelope challenge, $100, and $175 went towards that. And so my total savings was $800. That's what I originally budgeted, but I actually put $1,475. So a lot went to debt and quite a bit went to savings. So I made that extra money work. I did not spend it frivolously. I used it while I had the opportunity for some of my goals. And then for my sinking funds, I budgeted $600. I actually spent $800. That's a $285 difference. And so that is how much money. So all in all, my budget was, I budgeted $8,345.29, and I actually spent $11,083.30, and that is a difference of $2,738.01. So I think March went pretty well. I was so grateful to get some extra money and be able to use that for some of my goals. And I'm really happy to kickstart April. April's a little shaky because I have taxes, but we're going to see what happens. And so I'm hoping for the best. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Other than that, thank you. If you're new, I hope you consider subscribing. If you are returning, you know I appreciate you so much. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye.